For instance, when I began my work in this country, there was no provision for compensation for the people being evicted. A law on expropriation was enacted. NGO law was about to be enacted, was tabled before Parliament. I and many others, both national and international actors, very many civil society organizations here, criticized and protested the draft law, NGO law. I said the following things should be amended. Only then you can enact the law. And the Prime Minister returned the draft to the Ministry of Interior for reconsideration. So I am not cynical. There have been some progress made, but the elections themselves were peaceful, more peaceful than many previous elections. Samrensi was able to come back to the country, lead the party in the elections, have their campaign as freely, as effectively as possible. There were, of course, certain issues of media representation, equal access to media, so on and so forth. There were issues, of course, but by and large, they were able to compete in the elections. We have moved forward. The situation has changed. The country has changed. Politicians are changing. So I don't see why the Prime Minister would not change. And after the elections, September, October, November, December, people were demonstrating in the streets of Phnom Penh, all over the country. First of all, they were well disciplined, they were peaceful, and the government was not restricting. I thought, hey, democracy is maturing in Cambodia. I was optimistic, I was positive. That's changed. A large demonstration took place, and the government allowed the demonstration to proceed. Days after days, they were going on. Only the crackdown, the excessive use of force was unfortunate incident. Learning lessons from that one, I hope the country moves forward. As I said, you may not like to change, I may not like to change, but if the world is changing around us, we need to adjust and adapt and change. I think that's what is happening now. So I think he is a change person. He is going to embrace change. That's what I am hoping for. I am investigating what is the status of these plain clothes men acting as law enforcement agencies. What is their status within the overall security, military, police apparatus within the country? I am concerned by what I have heard, and then I will continue to monitor the situation, and I hope that in the future, before taking any measure, the government will consider the three tests that I have said: proportionality, necessity, and legality. The ban on demonstrations and many other developments that have taken place, are they justifiable? Are they legal? Are they permissible under the Constitution of Cambodia? Before you suspend people's rights, on what basis? What are the grounds? Only in a state of emergency, when you have declared a state of emergency threatening the life of a nation, there are a number of narrowly defined conditions. Only under those conditions can people's rights can be suspended. I don't think that is the situation here. So I am hoping that the concerns that I have expressed, the concern not only me, the international community has expressed, will persuade the government to think very carefully in the future before using such excessive force against unarmed civilian demonstrators. I have called upon the government to consider releasing the 23 people detained in CC3, working in conjunction with the prosecution to drop the charges against them. Pending the release, they should be brought to a detention center in and around Phnom Penh, so that they will have easier access to their families, their lawyers, and medical facilities, medical treatment. And with regard to the wounded and other people, I have said that there should be a proper investigation, a comprehensive investigation of the incidents. And again, I am somebody who will not go away. This is my 5th year, but I will come back to monitor the progress made. So we have had a very candid, cordial, and informative discussion. One can trust somebody for their words. So this time I am willing to give the benefit of the doubt and say that yes, the Prime Minister has assured me that the reform that I have proposed and recommended will be carried out. Actually, it was the Prime Minister who said that your recommendation will form the basis of the reform that we will carry out in this country, both in the judicial sector and electoral sector.